Sell-through rate is simply how fast an item sells on eBay, but there is a lot more to it. And today I'm going to show you how I use sell-through rate to sell more items on the eBay platform. I'm also going to give you some advanced strategies that I use that helped me grow my reselling business. But first, let's break down the basics of what sell-through rate is. Sell-through rate is the number of items sold divided by the number of items listed times 100 gives you your sell-through rate. So the number of items sold is your demand. That's the demand for the item. The number of items listed is the supply. So this is simply a supply and demand issue. You want to find items that have high demand and low supply. That will give you the highest sell-through rate. All right, so let's go on here and figure out how to do sell-through rate. So first things first, you're going to log on to ebay.com and you're going to type in your product. Here we're going to type in Wii Mario Party 8. And as you can see, it's going to bring up 1,100 items for sale. We're going to go down, we're going to click good because our disc is in good condition. Now we have 408 items listed. This is the listed inventory. Now remember, this is on the PC, but you can do the same thing on your phone, on the app. You're going to scroll all the way down. They hide it down below. You're going to click sold items. It's going to bring up the solds. Now you're looking at 990 items sold. So if you take that 990 items and divide it by the 408 listed, you get 2.42. You times that by 100, that gives you a 242% sell-through rate. So that's how you find these numbers. You're looking for the listed versus the sold, and you're going to use those numbers in the equation. So sell-through rate is based on 90 days. If you have 100% sell-through rate, that means an item with a correct title, correct listing, correct photos, and correct price will sell within 90 days. Not today when you list the item, even though you would think that with 100% sell-through. It means that it will sell within 90 days. A 200% sell-through item means that it will sell within 45 days or half of 95. Now, you have to determine what you want to source. So if you source items that have a 50% sell-through rate, that means you're holding on to that item for 6 months. A 25% sell-through rate means 1 year, and a 10% sell-through rate would mean almost 2.5 years. So in order to figure out how long it's going to take for your item to sell, you're going to take 100% and divide it by your sell-through rate to see how many 90-day cycles there are in order to sell that item. And then you'll take that number and times it by 90 to get the total time frame. So for 10%, you're going to have 10 cycles in order to sell that item, 10 90-day cycles. So that means 900 days. 90 times 10 is 900. And if you divide that by 365, you get almost 2.5 years. So if you pick up an item with a 10% sell-through rate, don't expect to sell it this year, next year, maybe the following year. So why does sell-through rate even matter? Well, if you're on any social media platform and you join an eBay Think group or any of those things, you're going to see people that post pretty frequently and say, hey, I'm having low sales today. Hey, I haven't sold anything in 3 months. Hey, I haven't seen sales since last year. Well, most of the time, they could fix this by sourcing better items. And by better items, I mean items with higher sell-through rate, which means that these items are in low supply and high demand. So if you can find those items, you won't find yourself posting in these groups, and you might even be able to help those people and say, hey, let me look at your store, let me see what you're selling. And you can look at it, and if they're selling coffee mugs and plush, guess what? They probably have a low sell-through rate, and that's why they're not selling as many items. So you might be thinking to yourself, how do I find high sell-through rate items? Well, a great place to start is by following my Instagram page where I give you daily bolos. These items have high sell-through rates and they sell for a lot of money. So if you source the items that I post on my Instagram page, you're going to have a great store with a high sell-through rate. When you're searching for an item in order to figure out the sell-through rate, you have to narrow it down. But if you go too narrow, you're never going to actually be able to get an accurate sell-through rate. So there's a little bit of an art to this and a learning curve to this. I can't show you how to do that. However, the more practice you get with it, the more you'll understand how the search works. So some things when you're searching matter. So like if you're picking up a used item and you don't narrow down the search to used items, you're going to skew the data because you're also showing new items. So you have to set that parameter. For certain categories, certain things matter. So for video games, you have to narrow down the platform. You can't just type in Mario Kart and then get your sell-through rate off of Mario Kart, because you might have Mario Kart for the Wii, but it's also showing Mario Kart for N64. So you have to narrow down a little bit. For other things such as clothing, size matters, department or gender matters. For shoes and collectibles and even clothing, color might matter, pattern might matter. So you have to learn those words that are key to searching for. So like a red shirt might sell better than the white shirt of the same brand with the same logo on it. So you have to know whether it's worth narrowing down or not narrowing down. The best way to think about this is search for the item when you're searching for sell-through rate. Search using what you think the customer would search for. So don't go Mario Kart racing game, N64, Nintendo, because no one is searching like that. You can simply search in N64 Mario Kart, because that's how most people would search for it. And that will give you a good narrow down. Now, if you have the used copy, you're going to want to go into the left-hand navigation and click used for the condition, because that will show you only the used comps. So what about rare or seasonal items? How do I get data for that? Well, there's a thing called product research. It was formerly known as Terapeak. They rebranded it to product research. They've put it on our mobile devices, so there's no excuse to not be able to find that data when you're out in the store. You can also go to your web browser on your phone and log into eBay and search that way through product research too. The product research will allow you to go 3 years back in time. However, you're only going to be able to look at the listing if it's within the last 90 days. So it will give you just the photo and the title and how much it sold for, but you're not going to be able to click it and see the product details or see multiple photos unless it was sold within the last 90 days. The average sell-through rate, sold price range, and sold price that they give you at the top is kind of inaccurate, and I don't really use it. I try to find it my own way by going through the solds and seeing what it's actually selling for. Their algorithm hasn't quite nailed down those metrics yet. The search on product research is not like the search on eBay.com. It is very, very specific. So if you're searching for something and you spell a word wrong, it's not going to show up in product research. So you have to make sure your spelling is correct and don't go too narrow. If you go too narrow, it's not going to show some of the items. So if you're looking for that rare item, try to think broad. If you're looking for that seasonal item, like maybe a Mr. Christmas ski slope, you're going to want to just type in Mr. Christmas ski slope. If you type in Mr. Christmas 1992 ski slope, it's not going to pull up all of them, because if that person didn't put 1992 in their title, it's not going to pull up their listing. So think a little broader when you use product research. There's also a section on product research called trends, and you can click that and it'll show you how much things have sold for throughout the different months, which can be really helpful with like seasonal items like Christmas things like Mr. Christmas. You can see that like in July it's selling for $20, and in October, November it's selling for $100. So you can kind of determine your pricing depending on when you're listing the item and how quick you want to sell that item. So the next strategy that I use, I like to call the undercut. I simply undercut the competition, but I use sell-through rate information in order to do so. This works extremely well for new items. So if you're picking up a new item and the competition has that item listed at 100 and it's selling consistently for $80, but those people that are selling it for 100 can't sell it for less because they maybe purchased it at a higher purchase price, but you picked it up at a yard sale for a couple dollars, you can now undercut them and list your item for 80 and know that your item will sell faster than those items that have been sitting there. There may be 100% sell-through rate on that item at a certain price point. So even though there's 100 of those items listed and only 20 sold, the 20 that sold for 50, and the 100 that are listed for $100. So that's telling you that the supply is there, but people aren't willing to pay for it. So if you can undercut that competition and list your item at that $50 mark, still might have that 100% sell-through rate. And you're going to have to go through the solds in order to understand what the price that that item is actually selling for. So when I pick up an item, just because it has a low sell-through rate doesn't mean I'm not going to pick it up. It means I'm going to look at those listed prices and those sold prices and see if I can undercut that competition. So just this weekend, I picked up this game here. There's 58 of them listed and only 6 sold. Why would I pick this game up? It does not meet my metric. In order to meet my metric, it'd have to have a 50% sell-through rate, which means that it would have to have 50 listed and 25 sold. But when I looked at the sales history of this item, most of these copies that are listed on eBay being sold are selling for around $25. Now, most of the listings are listed for $40 and up. So I know, because I only paid $2 for this game, that I can list it for $25, undercut that whole market, and sell my item well before any of those other items sell for $40. On top of that, anyone that's coming to buy this item pre-owned is going to buy mine if they search for the price point on the left-hand navigation. So as I just said, I personally look for a 50% sell-through rate. I'm okay holding on to my inventory for about 6 months and selling my item in 6 months, getting paid in 6 months for the item that I picked up. Now, you might not be. You might want to make that money faster, or you might not have the storage space to be able to store those items. So you might want to sell things that only have a 200% sell-through rate because you want to get paid in 45 days and you want to sell your items that you're picking up within 45 days because you don't have the room to store it. But you might also be on the other hand of that, and you might have a huge barn in your backyard and you might be buying storage units and picking up these items for real cheap. So you're okay holding on to the item. You're okay holding on to the item for a year or even 2 years because you have the space and it's not tying up a lot of your capital. Sell-through rate is kind of a personal issue and it depends on what your business model is. So don't just go copy my sell-through rate of 50% because it's not going to work for you. You have to figure out what is going to work for you and then stick to it. The one thing you don't want to do is say that I'm going to have a 100% sell-through rate because I want to have things selling within 90 days and then go out and pick up things that only have a 10% sell-through and then say, why isn't anything selling in my store? Sales are slow. eBay hates me. Those aren't true. It's that you're picking up inventory that doesn't have the demand or has too high of a supply. So how do you know if your store is on track with your sell-through rate? Well, it's pretty easy. I call it turnover rate, and you're going to go onto your store and you're going to look at items sold, and that is your 90 days of sales. And then you're going to look at your active listings, and you're going to take items sold or orders and divide it by your active listings, times that by 100 and get your sell-through rate. So my personal store right now has 554 orders within the last 90 days, and I have 825 active listings. And when I do that equation, that comes out to a 67.2% turnover rate. And that meets my metric because I'm aiming for 50% at my minimum. I'm not going out being like, I'm only going to source items that sell for 50%. Obviously, I want to find items that sell for 200%. But where I live, it's hard to find those items consistently. So over time, I've lowered my rule and I slowly started picking up slower and slower sell-through rates as I build my store and as I list more items per day. If you're only listing 1 or 2 items per day and you have a store of 100 items, have a store that has a 100% sell-through rate and go source those items that are in high demand. Don't pick up the coffee mugs and the plush because they don't have that sell-through rate. If you're finding this video helpful, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Also, down below, let me know what your sell-through rate is and how your store is performing. If your sales are slow, before you go posting on Facebook about your sales being slow and eBay hating you, do that simple equation and see if your store matches what you're actually picking up. If it does, that means you're on track. That means that the world isn't ending, that eBay doesn't hate you. It means that your store meets what you are actually sourcing. Now, if you're out there and you're picking up items that have a 100% sell-through rate, and then you go and you do that equation on your store and your store only has a 50% turnover rate, one, make sure that those items have been in your store for 90 days to give you that full 90 days to sell those items. Because remember, a 100% sell-through rate means that it will sell within 90 days. It doesn't mean that it's going to sell this week that you list it. But if it's been in there for 90 days and it has a 100% sell-through rate and you haven't sold it, there's something wrong with your listing. And that's where you have to go in and see. Maybe you spelt something wrong in the title. Maybe your photos are bad. Maybe your price is off. So go back through and look at those listings that haven't sold within that given time period. Because if they haven't, there is something wrong with them. Maybe mark them down by 5–10% and see what happens. I would take a high sell-through rate item with bad photos and a bad title and bad listing and even a bad price, and I will sell that item before you sell your plush or coffee mugs on the cheap. And the reason is no one's looking for that plush and coffee mugs on the eBay platform. They're looking for those high sell-through rate items. So think like video games, high-end clothing, shoes, necessities. Any of those things are going to have a higher sell-through rate on the platform. So you want to be sourcing those items. As they say, numbers don't lie. So if you run the numbers of the sell-through rate before you pick up items and only put high sell-through rate items in your store, you will have more sales in your store. If you enjoyed this video, YouTube thinks that you might enjoy this video. So go ahead and click it.